Okay, we are going to be talking about box and whisker plots. I have two examples here. I'm actually only going to do the second one, but I will show the answer to the first one later. If you want to try it on your own, I'll show it at the end of the video. But we're going to go right into example 2 of making a box and whisker plot that represents that data. All right, so here's some algebra test scores. The first thing we need to do is make sure the scores are written in order from lowest to highest, which they're not. So if I do that real quick, I get 63, which is my lowest score, followed by 71, 76, 82, 84, 88, 92, and 96. To be honest, I already made the list offhand. I was just copying it, but you can just do it on your own, right? You can just count them all on your own. Now on this one, when numbers repeat, you have to put all of them on there, right? But they can be in any order if they repeat. Okay, now at this point, you need to find the lowest number and the highest number. The lowest number is called the min. So the lowest number is going to be the first number on your list if you put them in order from low to high. And the last number is going to be your max. Min and max. Min is the lowest number, max is the highest number. So that part is done. The other thing you have to find are what's called the median, or we also call it quartile 2. So the median, you just pair off the ends until you get to the middle. And if there's 2 in the middle, which in this case there are 2 things in the middle, you have to add them up and divide by 2. So calculator, 82 plus 84 divided by 2, and that gets you 83. 83 is the median. All right, so that's the median. Sometimes we also call the median quartile 2. Quartile 2. So that's done. So we've got 3 out of the 5 things. You need to find 5 things, you found 3 of them. The next thing you have to find is, so if there's 2 that you have to split for the median, you split them in half, right? And then just find a median of the first part of the list, the first half of the list. That median, we sometimes call it the lower quartile, meaning it's the median for the lower half of the list, all right? And if you pair them off, boom, there's 2 in the middle, add up those 2, 71 plus 76, divide by 2, and you get 73.5. We sometimes call that quartile 1, all right? That's a Q, so quartile 1. And then we do the exact same thing. We have our lower quartile, we have what's called the upper quartile, which means it's the median for just the top half of the list. So find the median the same way, pair them off until you get to the middle. We have 2 in the middle, add up those 2, and we end up getting 90. Right, 90. Sometimes they're decimals, sometimes they're not. And that's quartile 1. We call this sometimes quartile 2, and this is quartile 3. Quarters are splitting it into quarter parts, all right? So this is the first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter, all right, of the halves. So those are the 5 bits of data you have. You put them on a grid, on a number line. Now the number line, what part of the number line and what units you choose is up to you. You know, if the numbers are really spread apart, like kind of this from 60 to 90, because if you do everything like 61, 62, 63, I mean, you'll be making a lot of marks. So you could do them in multiples of 2 or multiples of 5. In this case, since they're pretty spread out, I'm going to do multiples of 10. So I'm going to start at 60. That's a little lower than my first number, if it fits. And then 70, and then 80, and then 90. And I'll go up to 100, because I like to go a little higher than my max number. All right, so first thing I do is plot my max and min. Now, there is 63 is a little more than 60, but not too much more, so it's probably approximately there. I'll mark it as 63, so I know for sure. 96 is a little more than halfway. So there's 96. There's my max and my min. And I mark them with dots above the line. Okay, now mark the quartiles with vertical lines. So quartile 2 was 83. So 83 is probably approximately here. But I mark it with a vertical line above it. You do all this traditionally above the number line. Okay. Quartile 1 or 73.5, that's probably approximately here. And then 90 is right above there. So the quartiles get marked. So this was the min. You don't have to label them, but I'm going to. Max, quartile 2, quartile 1, quartile 3. Right? But the numbers are down below. The quartiles get linked together, and that's where they get the name box. It kind of makes a giant box where that's split. Not as in the middle, because the median is not always in the middle. In this case, it kind of is. And then the whisker is you connect this end of the box to the min, and this end of the box to the max, and that's why it kind of looks like a whisker. So that's where it gets the name box and whisker plot. Some of them, they only kind of call it the box plot, right? And sometimes they do this vertically. So sometimes they're done vertically as well, but it's all the same thing, right? Now, if it's vertical, sometimes the max would be at the bottom. Sometimes the max or the min would be at the bottom, the max would be at the top. Other times they reverse it, so you kind of have to look if it's done vertically. But there you go. So that is an example of a box plot. Now, if you want to do another example or see another example, here's the first one here. Go ahead and hit pause and see if you can work it out on your own. I'm going to show you the answer shortly. Okay, hopefully you've done it by now because you hit pause, you've worked it out, or if you just want to see, those are the answers. And that's the answer for the first one too. That's the answer for the one we just did, and that's your answer for this box plot. Notice there's only one Q2, in that case, one median. So if there's only one, you just cover it up and then find the median of that half and that half. If there's two, you split in the middle. If there's only one quartile, you just cover it up and find the median of that and the median of that. Okay, so those are other videos online, so hopefully that helps you.